Okay, we call the meeting to order. First item will be the pledge of allegiance. Stand.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next we have approval of the meeting minutes.
I make a motion we approve the minutes.
I'll second motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of December the 3rd. Is there any discussion? If none, show of hands, approval. Okay, so that's all unanimous. The next would be approval of December the 3rd executive session minutes.
Make a motion we accept the executive session minutes.
We have a motion to accept the minutes. We have a second by Esther. Any discussion? Being none, show of hands. Okay, that's approved. The next item is approval of December financial report. Copy that.
It's 3 pages.
Okay. Is there any questions?
Any questions?
Okay.
I make a motion that we accept them.
Okay. Second. Esther seconds. Okay, being no discussion, any discussion? Being none, show of hands. Unanimous approval. Okay. All right, Gary? All right. Okay, first item on the agenda, but I'd like to say just a second here that, try to keep this moving along. We do want to discuss it, but if we think we're going to have to table or something for another discussion, we need to go ahead and do it and move on. Okay? So, anyway, Cheryl, you got the...
Yes, we had talked last year and we were not able to get it through the General Assembly, but we had talked about changing our charter so that our election coincides with the national, so that we don't have to worry about paying that $6,000. And also something that had been brought to me in the past was the suggestion that we cut the city council members down to 4 with the mayor. So I spoke to Rick Jaspers last night. He said if that's what we wanted to do, I told him I'd have to run it to the council tonight. If you approve it, then we'll go ahead and put a notice in the paper that that's what we're going to do and schedule a public hearing. We'll have to have 1 public hearing on it, and then he can proceed with it through the legislature. So I would need a nomination to do that.
For the council members that are still, council will still rotate terms, 2-4, 2-4 like it is now.
That depends on y'all. But if you do that, then you're still going to have an election every 2 years. And you're going to run the chance that if there's not anything on the general election ballot, that you're going to have to pay for that special election 1 year. But if you put them all 4 and the mayor on the same schedule with the national, then you're not going to have to.
So you can serve a 4-year term for the national?
Which is what it used to be, and that's what I'm asking. Do you want to go back to the 4-year term, everybody on the same schedule, and it be on a national and change from 5 council members to 4? Okay, but I need a motion from somebody.
Would there be any instances of, or there could be instances of tie votes?
The mayor would break the tie. You're going to have 4 council members plus a mayor. So if there was a tie, then the mayor would be able to break.
Okay. We have a motion to change the charter to run with the national election on the council members, and also to change the charter to 4 council members by Councilman Hess.
I know it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Terry. Okay, any discussion?
I need to know what day you want to have a special hearing.
No.
Okay, my question is, all right, so we're gonna go to a 4-year term, so those that, we're gonna start fresh, is that where we are from?
Right, those that are on a 2-year term, well, we'll have to figure out the logistics of that, because we just elected 2 for a 4-year term, which is gonna put them on odd. So what we may do is just at in 2016,
15.
Yeah.
that everybody would be, or do y'all want to carry over to the following, since we just elected?
No, we should start over, I think
Well,
we started about in 2016.
Now, is there not, I mean, like I said, again, I'm not sure, but is there not an election in between the commissioner and the president? I mean, that's,
There is a state election, because the state is not the same time as the president, am I correct?
Nationals are every 2 years.
Yeah, the presidential election, yeah, the midterm election.
Yeah, so you can still leave it at 2 years. And then, because the only one that's up for re-election this time is me, Terry, and Anthony.
my opinion is the one just got elected would be, keep that same cycle. And then the other 3 would be next year. Or try to divide it up where,
You mean this year?
yeah,
This year's
I'm sorry.
presidential election, right?
Yes, this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just changed it.
Unless you want the 3 of us to carry over for 2 more years.
Well,
It doesn't matter to me, I'm just asking.
I mean, that's up to the council, but I'm just trying to figure out, where we can, not everybody's off at the same time, so we're
Right.
not starting fresh. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's sort of a rotating that if somebody gets,
Two.
sort of,
Right,
Two
because I have
get
2 more
elected.
years, is what I have, because I had a 4-year slot, so I have 2 more years.
okay, 2 more years for the 17. Is that election in 17?
No.
So we're gonna have to figure it out, how to work it.
See, that's
so we
what I'm
don't-
saying.
So we don't.
None
have
of them were
that
coming up for
6,000.
election in 2016, the way it was currently in the charter.
So if we all start fresh at 16,
Well, that's what we should do, to save the $6,000.
All run again in 16 this year.
I guess so.
November. That'd be
Well, no,
easy.
just the 3 of us.
Me,
Because Randy, Jesse, and
Cheryl.
Morgan were just elected for a 4-year term.
Okay, that.
And that'll put them on the right
All right,
schedule,
fine,
am I
fine.
correct? You keep up with that, Barry.
I
So
think that would
this-
work.
okay.
So there'll be an election for the city, some city council members on the midterm election and
Well, it'd be-
others on the
No,
major election.
Yeah,
well, we're gonna have the election, this time, for 3 council members, they'll serve 4-year terms, and then next 4 years. we'll
And
have-
2 more years, 2 years from that, we'll have another election for the other members, so we
Right.
will not have a new complete
complete
slate.
at any given time.
Yeah, yeah.
But by putting it on a national schedule, that way we don't, because it costs us almost $7,000 to have an election.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of money out of our budget,
So we're having election this, August,
being November.
November.
for 3 council members, right?
Right, you, Terry, and
The next election
myself.
will be 4 years to then,
2
Yes.
years from then.
that'll be 4 years.
No, they were elected for 4 years.
They're part-time.
Well, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to sit down and work out the date that we have to do it, because it may be that Randy and them are only a 3-year term.
Right.
okay, instead of a 4-year
Right.
term,
That'd be fine.
to get us on the right track. But everybody will have a 4-year term, just it's gonna be rotate, it's gonna be, not everybody's gonna be up for election at the same time, is what I'm saying.
That's where it needs to be.
Yeah, all right, so what day do you want to have a public hearing on? It needs to be sometime this month.
Okay, I'm hoping, y'all
Next
want to.
Tuesday, 12th.
Sounds good to me.
Tuesday the 12th.
Well, we just all run again in November, that was all.
6:30 here?
Yes.
We're always gonna meet here now.
Yeah, we'll discuss that just a few minutes. We hope.
We
All right,
we have a motion.
yeah, we have a motion and a second.
Okay.
To change the charter to what we discussed. I'm not gonna try to explain all that.
No, don't.
All right, so, any discussion? Okay, all in favor? Okay, unanimous. All right, the next item is the flood, the park cleanup. Me and Joey, went out and met with, all, pretty much county officials, city officials, with, GEMA and the DOT. And, like I say, pretty much, I'll let Joey talk a little bit about it here in just a second, but, pretty much, we had maybe some equipment available, but the cutoff, time for that was, the 7th of this month. So, the problem is, the park's not gonna be dried out by the 7th to get any equipment that the DOT might give us to use free of charge. So we missed that window. And right now, the amount is not high enough, I don't believe, to cover anything that we have here. Joey rode around, I had to go back to work, so Joey came down and I met with Tim, with Gina, and I'll let him, if anything else you was discussed or anything.
You pretty well covered it, Randy, like you said, the declaration, the emergency declaration runs out January the 7th. And unless the other counties that were involved along with Pickens County gets the amount of money up to a certain level, there's not going to be anything further from that. So there's really, as far as our park and our stuff, there's not anything that's going to come out of that. I did talk with Rob Jones, and of course he can't make any promises himself without consulting with other commissioners, but he did say that when the time came that we were ready for some equipment, some help, that he felt sure that we could get that through the county. That's about all I got.
All right.
So what do I tell people who are calling wanting to book the pavilion? I had someone today.
Okay, well, at the present time, did we get, well, that's what we need to finish discussing here, what we want to do
Okay,
here.
we can come back.
Well, I mean, because,
I'll be recognized.
for that,
I'll be recognized.
yes, you're right.
Okay, why were we informed of that, the date, the 7th of January? How did we know about it, why didn't they inform us?
Well, my understanding was, we got informed today. That was the first I heard it.
That's the first I heard.
I heard it too,
We didn't find out why they didn't do it. That's been, when was the last time, 3 weeks ago when that happened?
Yeah, well, I mean, 2 weeks, something like that.
December 24th.
Yeah.
We didn't want to arrest somebody, so why don't you tell us?
Right, well, I mean, I agree, but even if.
But why didn't we know about it? That's what I'm saying.
But the problem is even if we knew about it, the 24th, I mean, the park's not drying up now to get equipment out there, because we're gonna cause more damage than it is. Because me and Ben walked out there, and I mean, we was thinking up, ankle deep, and then me and Joey went back a day or two after that, and walked around, it was still, I mean, just
But that's not the fault of the town, it's the fault of the flood. So
Well, right.
there's no leeway there with the county or anybody helping.
Well, not with the state. I mean, it's just,
State.
and y'all have to understand the way it was presented today was a state of emergency means that it is, top priority to fix a road or a problem that prevents somebody
Risk,
from,
risk.
right. You know, so that's pretty much why the state of emergency is, as far as on the level they declare. Now, you know, as far as money wise, you know, like I said, we'll have to wait and see, and I don't know if the numbers don't get up there, I forgot what the number, I think it'll be way up there, I can't wait to
It's
see.
well up in the millions.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So I don't see it reaching that to we're getting low that. So what I was hoping was, you know, tell them today, okay, we need some equipment, but he says, the DOT man said that everything had to be completed by the 7th. So their equipment had to be returned by the 7th. So I mean, we were out of luck with that. Yeah, so, on that. So like I say, that today was the first time we heard that. So anyway, I mean, as far as that, now Rodney told me last week that, you know, there wasn't no money available, but there was some equipment. But like I say, then he called me back and said, you know, they was gonna have a meeting with everybody today. And that's when the deadline was. So we ain't got anything. So anyway, I guess what we need to figure out is, me and Joey talked a little bit, and the first thing that's gonna have to happen is we gotta clean, you know, the process of cleaning up the part would be to start the road back, because we've gotta get the silt up out of the parking lot. You know, do something with it, or we're just gonna be tracking, you know, the mud and stuff back and forth, and, you know, maybe not get anything. So that's where we need to start, at the front, and clean up to the pavilion, where we can have a good parking area.
Is gravel still in the base?
Well, there's some of it, and some of it can be salvaged, maybe, that's not covered, but most of it's gonna have to be, I think we'll have to put some
Will be
more on.
gravel. Yeah.
Well, I think if we stay off of the parking lot until we get in there and scoop the silt off the gravel, I think we can save most of it.
Yeah, most of
I
it.
mean, we'll have to dress it back up, dress it back up with some gravel, but if we get in there and churn it up, then you're gonna wind up taking all the gravel out and replace all of it.
So, like I say, I mean, we need a little bit of gravel anyway, not much, but we did need a little bit more in there. So, I guess the next question, you know, do we want to wait on the county to do that, or do we want to rent a piece of equipment to do it? You know, as far as that goes, and then as far as the debris out there, you know, what are we going to do with it?
I vote we have it, put it out in the middle of the field and have a big bonfire.
Well, I mean, we could do that, you know, with,
Yeah.
My thoughts on that is, you know, we've got the lot over here across the road. I say we just clear off a little, I mean, just knock the brush down. It's already been cleared. We can take all the silt and that material, pile it up in a pile, and once it dries out, it'll be usable material for dressing up and different things. I mean, good stuff to have. We'll pile the brush in another pile and burn it.
but the thing about it is, we gotta figure out how to get it from point A to
If
point
we
B.
got a piece of equipment, do we have somebody that can operate?
Yes, I mean, Joey,
Joey knows
me,
how to operate.
yeah, I mean, we know how to operate.
Well, now, at one time we discussed closing the park January, February, March. And since the park's in bad shape, we practically close it until the county helps.
It won't take us that long to get it cleaned up anyway, basically.
Well,
Well, I mean, when the county will have cleaned up, we'll get the county.
well, one thing, you know, like I say, discussing, now, I don't know if he discussed any labor costs. You know, one time, you know, the commissioner said that he could help us, but, you know, he would have to charge labor.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just depends on how long y'all want the park to stay closed. If he's gonna charge some labor, and we're gonna, it might be, I mean, they've got some major issues themselves.
Right, it might be a while before they get.
I mean, it might be the end of February. I mean, I'm not sure, but I mean, the way he talked today, they have some major issues.
Well, he's gonna charge labor, what's the price difference between us and renting, including Adjourn ourselves versus
Well, right,
renting?
now, I don't know what that cost would be without talking to him, but like I say again, I mean, I think he's got a couple more weeks, so we're already in January, it might run on to February. Then, your grass is gonna start growing in March, late March or whatever, depends on the weather. We've got a lot of work to do over there to get it ready for spring, so, I mean, and the weather might even not cooperate with us to do that till spring, so, but, go ahead.
I'll go ahead and make a motion that as soon as it dries out, we go ahead and find out where we need to go to get the equipment. We don't need to wait on the county. We've tried that before. And no fault of their own. I mean, I'm not down in the county. It's just that they have so much to do with the equipment themselves, they can't promise it to us. And if we don't get it ready before the grass starts growing, we're gonna be in trouble. It's gonna take us a lot more to clean it up, and then you're gonna be reseeding everything on top of it. So I make a motion that as soon as it dries out, we go ahead and start getting the park back in shape so that people can use it.
And then we're starting in front, so we do the parking lot, right? What's the next thing?
The pavilion.
Pavilion,
Well, I mean, the parking lot,
How's the pavilion? I didn't look down.
it's a mess. I mean, it's gonna have to, we might have lost some equipment in there, like we had an air compressor in there that, probably, cause what did you say, 4 feet or better in there, about 4 feet. So, I mean, you got it, it turns it up on its side, so the motor's probably running because of the electric. Then we had a grinder in there, then we had the pressure washer in there.
Does that affect the second tank? When we close it?
Yes, and I think we might need to have it pumped out too, possibly. Because that drain, I think the drain inside was disconnected, but I'm not sure.
yes.
Okay, it was, so, but anyway, I think the safe thing would be to pump that thing out, to make sure.
We don't have any insurance on that pavilion?
No,
No,
that's, I mean, we don't have that in here, but that was another thing that we checked with the insurance company, and it doesn't have.
How much does the pavilion cost?
Oh, I don't know, I've got now. I think it was 15 or 20, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Who was the mayor when we built it? Who was the mayor?
I was the mayor when we built it, but the next mayor in line was supposed to take care of the insurance and did not.
So
That was
anyway.
a suggestion that I made and nobody thought it was important, so.
So anyway, basically what we need to do is work from the front, back, and like I say, the parking lot and everything, then the pavilion.
The pavilion can be cleaned up, fixed.
Yes, I mean, because like I say, everything on the pavilion, other than maybe some styrofoam insulation, I'm not sure they could, I'm pretty sure they did, between the side and the block. But, everything on the inside is blocked, so that's a good thing. So a good steam or pressure washer
Take care of that.
take care of that. And also, the sheriff's office has, offered the inmates to come down and help with that. Yeah, help with that. So, I mean, we've got some extra. The Boy Scouts has offered to come back and do some of the troop that is assigned to this area. So they're offering to come back and help too.
Let me clarify that on the insurance, Esme. We have insurance on it as far as liability or fire.
Right.
We just do not have flood insurance, okay? They didn't think it was important to add the flood insurance, so let me clarify that.
Thank you.
So anyway, that's the process. We just work from the front back. Just keep going back.
And we have a community work day out there.
Yes.
Where the
That
city
would be
residents
good.
of the city
Yes.
come in, do
We
some
can.
truck labor.
The only thing, like I say, that's fine and good. The only thing is the inmates on the ones in front. Now, we might get some community service, but the inmates, to be honest, we work better. They work for it. I mean, mean, you noticed that when they came by here today, they worked in 2 days and they got a great job, yeah.
They're
So-
fantastic workers.
Yeah, but now,
Just glad to get
you know, like I
that.
said, there's plenty of work, but, I mean, there's plenty of work. So, I mean, you're not gonna be able to get it done in 1 day. So, I mean, we might have them, say, start on Thursday or something, and have them for 2 days, and then that Saturday, you know, all the, you know, the community that can, meet down there and work too. So, I mean, there's several days, I mean, we might talk 2 to 3 weeks, I mean, I don't know, I mean, it just depends on the weather and how many people we got, and, you know, the equipment we got, and how to get it, you know, all up here and stuff.
What about the walkway there? Are you gonna have to dig it up and redo it?
I don't think so, I think everything's.
I think it's just part of the seal, from what I can see.
Just need to get it uncovered and hopefully it'll be fine.
Now, the bridge, I mean, we'll have to redo the bridge up
Yeah,
there.
it's all washed away.
Picnic table and wash.
Well, I think all of it's still there, I mean, but they did,
Never lined up or something.
but, yeah, and then this time, we want to sell them, change it, or whatever.
I have one more suggestion on this community work day. Anything, I think that anything that is going to be done, I know people want to go down there and help, but I think it needs to be coordinated between you and Joey before anybody goes in there and starts.
Oh, absolutely, and I don't think anybody's going down there by themselves, it's going to take a group that, picnic table, they move and stuff. So, I mean, I think we can do that, for sure.
And I might make a suggestion too, I mean, community work day's great. But another idea is maybe some sort of community fundraiser, because there's a lot of people that use that park, you know, who are not right here in Talking Rock. You know, this might be even after we get the park put back together, some kind of, deal down there where we sell chicken or whatever, you know, Rick Jasper might bring his chicken cooking stuff down here to help us.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we could have a picnic in the park, a fundraiser, you know, and, to help recoup some of the money that we're gonna have to put out. I agree with you, Joey.
But not only in the park though, let's move on a little bit on the flooding. Valerie, the lady that lived in the post office, you know, pretty much lost everything. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say lost everything, but there was a lot of stuff. Everything's piled up next to the post office there, it's trash. And, she's not gonna move by it. She said she's done, so she's trying to find somewhere else to go. But there's a lot of stuff that got washed down on some other people, like, Luke Back and, the Weavers and stuff. You know, that we might need to help, clean up, whether it be, you know, with a little mini excavator, I mean, not an excavator, but a skid steer and a one-ton truck and, you know, carry it to the dump or get it done, whichever one's gonna be the easiest and the cheapest. But, you know, like I say, she's struggling and stuff, and, you know, like I say, if we can help those people out as far as, you know, cleaning, because a lot of that stuff came, other than her stuff, a lot of it came from upstream. So, that's something else that needs to be addressed, is, you know, some of that too. And, Luke can write a book too.
Randy, who owns that building?
I'm not
It's a
sure.
group out of, it's a group, it's JD Bowling and I forgot what the other name, but they've owned it ever since the post office sold it. And it sat empty forever, and this was the first person they got that was interested. She actually approached them, came to me and got their address and asked them if she could move in there. And, but this is the second time she's been flooded, so I can understand her not wanting to move back. But maybe it's Armachi, Georgia, or somewhere like that. It's off from here where they live, but.
So anyway, like I said, I'm not sure, you know, if we'll get any cleanup before the next week. I mean, you know, before the next one, I don't know. But we've got a motion, for equipment to, help clean up the town, what it's like.
And I want to include helping the people who were flooded. I mean, there's no reason why we couldn't do a community work day at Luke's place to help, you know, because I mean, all that stuff washed out on top of it.
Right.
That's not his fault. I'm not opposed to going down there and helping him clean up his place.
Well, most of the stuff, to be honest with you, is really on the old road bed down through there on the right-hand side. I mean, pretty much. Anyway, it's not really on, per se, his property.
And that's our responsibility anyway.
But, you know, with Valerie, I mean, we do haul garbage, and I know it is a lot, but you know, like I say, with her losing everything.
Do you think we could get Luke to bring another one of his dumpsters up
Well,
for
the
that?
problem is, Luke doesn't work at the dumpster place, of course, carries propane. But he said he could get one. He could still get one, but, like I said, we don't have anything that ties us to that company. All right, so anyway, we have a motion to start to clean up our own with equipment and to have the residents affected by the flood as far as hauling off the trash.
What will it cost us, just the equipment or the labor? The labor including windows?
Well, it also costs us dump fees, SB, on some of this
I know
stuff.
that.
And there's no way of knowing that because we don't know how much they have, so.
Now, you can get a dumpster, it's up to a certain amount of tonnage that you put in there, but then it's like $400 for that dumpster.
But the labor cost to get it in there, that come under a maintenance thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would be under, like I say, we would use, well, we can't really use as far as on her place, as far as the inmates, but on the roadway, we can use inmates and in the park, we can use inmates. So that might be one of those community day things that we go over there and help.
I second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to take care of the flood by equipment, etc. Any other discussion? All right, all in favor? All right, that was passed. All right, the next item is credit cards.
Yes, since Carol is no longer with us and one of the cards was in her name, we need to apply for another card to replace that one. And I need the council to tell Jesse and I whose name you want it in. Either, Randy already has one, but either in my name or in Jesse's name. I would prefer it be in Jesse's name.
I think so too, they're being accounted.
So what credit card we have now, just one thing.
We have two.
But the one that Carol has would be Floyd.
Okay, right, yeah,
And then,
Make sure you-
right, and
Well, I
then,
think it makes more sense to put it in Jesse's name.
Yes.
Jesse's name.
yeah,
I do too.
with her being the clerk.
Put it in.
Well, and anything that Jesse and I need, we're good about working together on it anyway.
Okay, so do I have a motion?
Is there, so you have one, and I have one. Now, he was the maintenance person, you had one, and Cheryl, Carol had one. We need one for Joe.
Well, that's up to council.
We need
Well, I
a
mean-
separate card for the maintenance position.
Oh, well, that depends on if Randy do you want to share yours?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
And then that way we leave it at the $4,000 limit, 2,000 on each card. Does that work?
Is that what we got down to that on each card?
Yeah, with a $4,000 total.
And we'll try it that way, if it doesn't work out, we can change.
Yeah, we can always apply for another card. I mean, that's not a problem.
Okay, so do I have a motion to change?
I make a motion that we put the second card in Jesse's name.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to put the second card into Jesse. Name, any discussion? All in favor? Okay, bank accounts.
Okay, we've got to redo the checking account and take Carol's name off, and we need to add somebody else's name to it. So do we want to add Randy's name to it? And SB, do you still want to be on it? Okay, so then we could do Randy, Jesse, and SB.
That'd be fine.
Is that okay with the account? I'll make a motion that we change the checking account to remove Carol from the signature and add, Mayor Randy Banks.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to change the bank account to Mike's signature. Any discussion? Okay, we have a vote. All in favor? Unanimous? Okay. The next item is town hall. As we know, over the years, town hall has just flooded as far as water coming in. And, you know, we've tried a different couple of things, trying to get it to stay out of the building. And it just hasn't worked. And what I'm worried about is the mold that's in there and the safety of people, because what I'm afraid of is, and that's one reason that we decided to move it up here, especially after the last flood last week or Christmas, was it smelled musky and everything. So anyway, that's the reason that I talked to the church, and they agreed that they would let us come up here and have our meetings here, you know, for the time being. We tried to apply for the firefighter assistance grant, safety grant, and it doesn't cover fire stations, so we're out of luck there. And now we can get it tested for mold. I've got one quote of $2,000 to come up here and test it for, you know, what type of mold is in there, or any. The second one is somewhere around $1,500 roughly. And I called the third one today that hadn't heard back from yet.
Now, is the mold on the wall or anything like that, or?
I think so. I think it's gonna be inside the sheetrock, you know, where the water just,
Well, what they do is cut the sheetrock out and spray it or clean it up, dry it out?
well, you can, you know, but like I say, you know, unless you fix the water problem, you're gonna come back in the same way.
Anything can be fixed with a little bit.
Well, the problem is concrete block for the first 50 years, you know, I've done a little bit of research, the first 50 years, you know, it hardens, and then after that, it starts to crumble, and that's what it's made out of, is block. Now, yeah, I mean, anything can be fixed, but is the cost going to be,
We better build the building.
I don't know.
We need to find out what makes sense.
Yeah.
You can take that back wall out when you want about to put your foundation in this in.
Well, there's anything you can do. Go ahead.
Okay, no, we cannot take the back wall out. The state will not allow us to do that. We are not allowed to do any renovations to the outside of that building because of the septic system. This is something that we have gone over for several times. I've called state level. Because of the septic system there, we are not allowed to do any outside renovations. We cannot take down a wall and put a wall back. They will not allow us.
We're in the septic tank one of them, build back wall.
And the septic tank is back there around McGee's place somewhere.
But is it in the septic tank?
It's not because of the septic tank. It's because of the type system that you're on. It is no longer a legal system. Once that system goes down, nobody up through there will have a bathroom. Okay? I've talked to the local people and they sent me to the state and I talked to the state. They will not allow us to make major renovations to the outside of that building. I've already asked because that was my thing, was take the outside walls down, put them back up. No, we're not allowed to. Because
So we can't spray anything on there or fix that at all?
you can spray, but you cannot take down the wall and put it back. We've already sprayed.
We've already tried to spray them.
And see, if you'll remember, we dug out the back of it and
I'm
put,
just saying before we do all this stuff, can we get somebody specialized in that to fix that back wall?
we've already tried. Carol and I both have called people. They will not come do it because they cannot guarantee it because of the age of the blocks. She called 4 or 5 companies, I don't know how many I called, and they will not do it. They said that because of the age of the blocks, they cannot guarantee the work, therefore they will not touch it.
So is that a historic building? That building?
I don't know, it's been there as long as I can remember. But here's the next thing, you're talking about how much it's gonna cost. I don't remember if you were on the council or not, but I paid for one mold study, and then the town paid for another mold study before. And it's not just a matter of taking out the walls and redoing them. That mold, when he tested it, is in all that insulation in the top, it's in all those ceiling tiles, it's in all those tiles that are on the floor because it gets down into that concrete. So all of that would have to be done in order to make that a safe building. And one of the reports that we had, because I had an engineer come in and look at the building, and he told us, and that was a big issue during one of the elections, was that his recommendation was to condemn the building because it was going to cost you more to repair that building than what it would be to build one back just like it. Yes.
But anyway, basically what I'm not trying to get into the cost or anything, but because of the mold and the issue, I'm afraid that we're going to have somebody get sick and, you know, maybe come back home for that. You know, and that's my concern. And we can do another test to see, you know, what type of mold, what, you know, any
I think
suggestions.
we need, do another test of mold, so what we got.
I mean, you know, and like I say again, that, you know, that would be the first step, you know, to make sure. But until we have a test done, you know, us knowing what's going on down there, I just don't think it's safe for anybody to be down there for a length of time until we figure out.
So we won't be able to release it out.
No, I don't, you know, the only thing that be down there is, you know, fire department doesn't use it anyway, other than just go down and get the truck. So we just need to try to manage it.
So the mold is in the back part of the building?
Yeah, I believe it's, well, the water comes all the way up, you know, almost to the front sometimes. You know, it's all over the fire department.
And some of the ceiling tiles in the community area are constantly wet, or anything, constantly changing them out, so.
Yeah.
Well, you know, McGee's place is next
Yeah.
door, and it got flooded. How far up did it go on McGee's place?
Her bedroom, kitchen, and the lower section of the add-on was all saturated.
Was that because the crossroad was stopped up and ready to stop up?
The water coming in off of Second Street, came down through her back side of her building and
But
down
it
to the kitchen.
didn't flow on the sidewalk into the drain.
No, it was so much water, it
Went through her
I
building.
mean, that was an enormous amount of water.
Oh, I know.
It's too much
But in
water.
talking about how far that mold goes, the last two reports that were done, once those mold spores are in the air, your air system puts it throughout the entire building. That's why they said all ceiling tiles and all insulation would have to be replaced.
With all that carpet she had on that lower level, all the sheet rock she had in her bedroom, the carpet and the furniture in there was all damaged by this last flooding. She's gonna have to tear that all that out. She just went back and that's the last thing.
So where we're at is, you know, in the council agreement that we're not to use the building until we, you know, figure out what type of mold and stuff. And with that, the council's in agreement to get a company, the lowest bid, company to come in and test the mold. Is that right?
Yes. I make a motion that we hire the lowest bid company that you got to do a mold inspection on the building.
I second.
Okay, Jesse seconds. Any more discussion? Okay, can I see you raise your hands? All in favor? Okay, unanimous. All right. We'll talk about, the flooding on, McGee, on the ditches. I've got, something on the ditches here. The next item is on the agenda is committees. What I would like to do is to, even though some of the businesses is not right here in the city limits of talking about, but, you know, they came over, for Heritage Day, some of them did, and, had pretty, pretty good business. They were satisfied with what they did. I would like to set up a committee to help, promote the town, through advertising and include the outskirts businesses around to, come up with ideas to, advertise or, come up maybe split a billboard, with the shops at Coffin Rock, on 515. I know Joel had talked to me about, he's got one, at his place of business in Baldwin that he was interested in splitting up to, advertise down the top, and, we can do, the heritage days on it and so forth. But, yeah, but that was over towards Big and it didn't pan out. But what I like to do, even though they're not in the town, but, maybe do a committee. And we've had, and the reason I want to get started is because I want to do it and get it started, around March, April, is, we used to do the yard sale down on Main Street. And I feel like that's the wrong message here, for junk weed eaters and stuff. I would like to, Joey had brought up, something like trade days. Get local people out of the area. Well, they don't have to be local, but handcrafted or antiques or honey, vegetables, stuff like that that's homegrown. And, try it out one Saturday a month. If it grows, do more. If everybody's satisfied with it, we've got those booths out there that some people can set up in, and try to draw more people in here to the town.
Yeah, the first of the month.
Yeah.
Like May, June, July.
Right. So that committee would help organize and stuff, and not charge a whole lot, like $10 or something, come set up, for the day or whatever.
This item was discussed at the last PACA meeting that we had down in the store to have arts. Jasper was talking about art on the street or art day along the street and have people who are artists in the community in the Pickens County area, members of PACA, to set up displays or their artwork.
Right.
And we wanted to, it was also set up or discussed by PACA to sponsor a art in Talking Rock Day, something similar to what you're talking about. But PACA is forming a committee to look into that.
Now, what is PACA?
Pickens County Arts Alliance.
Okay. But, something like that. And then the gentleman at last Heritage Days also mentioned about, you've heard different places doing picking in the park and stuff. And he was interested in coming and picking. So we might be able to do that, that Saturday,
Yeah.
But this committee would help come up with ideas to, promote the town as far as trade days, art day, picking in the park, maybe even the stores, like you do it one Saturday a month or something, the stores stay open a little bit later or something. Come up with ideas to get more people into town.
Have you talked to any of the merchants up around the bay?
No, because that's why I wanted you here, and Joel was interested in it, and that's who I first contacted about that. So what I was wanting to do was get like one or two of y'all that's over that way to be on the committee, and then a couple in the town, and work together and come up with ideas, to draw more people in here, to advertise, to get more traffic in here. Does that sound something like, interesting thing to do, as far as trying to draw? Because I know there's a local, other than Fred Gilbert, another local firm that he called that would be interested in coming. You've got some woodworkers in the community here, yourself included, set up,
yard sales not go well?
For a few, sessions it went, but it sort of petered out towards the end of the summer. A lot of people came in the first few days, and then it went back to 2 or 3 vendors, and then the Lions Club came in, and I guess brought in a number of people on their day.
No, that wasn't the Lions Club, that was the Pickens County Service Club,
Oh, okay,
or the Pickens Service Club.
okay, I saw Lions Gunner out there.
But,
Oh, okay, I thought it did.
but anyway, is that something the council would
I think
be,
that's a good idea.
you know, try to,
We thought we'd capture them all up there and not let them come down here.
Oh, okay. Well, but now you're gonna be the first thing to do there. But like I
Put
say,
up a big neon arrow. Right out in front of your
The
driveway.
one comment that I have, I mean, I know, you know, you got PACA and all these others, anybody, any ideas, any art shows or whatever has to be approved by the city council.
the committee comes back with their ideas and a plan, and we sort of approve it, what happens throughout the year. Yeah.
Well, what is this trade thing you were mentioning?
Well, it's just like a trade day, you know, like, we just, I don't know, Joey came up with it, I think.
People that have handcrafted things can bring it and, you know, or.
Not trade, just sell.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
or
yeah,
collect, but we were just gonna
Yeah.
call it trade days.
Yeah,
Rather than
I'd rather
yard sale.
yeah.
The trade day, you can bring goats and chicken, can't you?
That's right.
I get it, I mean, you know.
I mean,
but-
we have a lot.
But now, if y'all want to call it something else other than trade days, but I'm just saying that it
Yeah.
needs to be something besides,
Okay.
you know, something that would draw people in.
But the last few yard sales that I went to, most of the stuff just was junk. I mean, it just, to me, it just, well, it just didn't represent the right atmosphere for me for it to be an antique town. It just,
Okay. All right, so we're in agreement with the committee.
Yes.
Who would you want to be on the committee? I mean, I think Joel for sure on the outside. And if you, Mary, if you have time to do that, to represent the people outside, and we
I
need a
have not
member.
really talked
I'll
about
do it
it that much.
because that way I can tie it in with advertising for Heritage Days.
Okay, and then, we need, 2 of the stores, inside. That would be 4 and, you know, council.
Then I would, you know, I would let Martin Paulette, Stephen Audrey, and McGee get together and see which 2 of them want to serve on the committee. Let them decide among themselves which out of that group would want to serve. How's that sound?
Okay.
Does that work for you, Steve?
Yeah.
Because some may have more time than others, so.
All right. So I have a motion and a second to form this committee.
Make the motion.
All right.
That's second.
I have a motion and a second to form this committee. Any other discussion? Go ahead, favor.
You need to include in that the council is okay with me being on that committee representing the council.
Oh, yeah.
So include that in your motion, Jesse, or in the line.
All right. The next item is ditches. We have an issue that we discussed back, and the county has going to help with it. Never came back to it. I contacted Chuck Wigman, up at Charlie Holland's place. Discussing that the pipe was too small and everything. So anyway, I got Chuck Wigman to come out, and Stephen, I think, came with him too. They was the lowest bidders on the other project that we had, and they done such a fine job of handling that I got them to quote a price. It says demo existing storm drain, install approximately 140 feet of 18-inch pipe, seed and straw back disturbed area of $3,500. Now, it doesn't include if the box up there, you know, there's 2 or 3 pipes, at least 3 pipes comes into that box. And, you know, it doesn't include that if it needs to be replaced. So it might be-
What issues will we?
Yeah, what issues we talking about?
Well, that's up there,
Across from my house.
you know, we discussed it one time about buying the pipe and the county was gonna fix it. But the county had to move on and y'all approved it last year, but the county hasn't came back yet, like I said, with the storm. And, you know, in the last, it bubbled up again, over there, lifted that lid off that box and stuff in his yard. And since the city put it in, you know,
Then we have some input side of that.
well, we can use the splash one.
It comes out of SPOS funds.
So, we got enough money in there to cover.
Where, this ditch is where? Up on Blairsville Highway?
Yeah.
It's the one that runs down in front of Carol and Charlie's house. It crosses at my driveway and goes across the road into this box. And then the one on the other side of the street also goes into that box. The box is so, there's so much water coming into it, the box is too small to handle the water flow. So we got to
the
enlarge.
box, it's the pipe coming out.
Yeah, the pipe is too big small.
That box or that catch basin down there in front of Paulette's and Mark's place, that was the one that flooded up and filled up and put the water on our porch in our yard from,
Right. Well,
from all that comes down to Kelowna and comes down 2nd Street. It all goes into Mark and Paulette's box. And I think that's something that needs to be looked at.
well, I mean,
That drain pipe under 136 is half full of debris, and county was gonna bring in some piece of pressure equipment to flush that up. It never happened.
right. Well, not only this, you know, as far as this issue here, as far as what we discussed, you know, about fixing that. Since they're here, and like I said again, you know, they done such a good work, and they was the lowest bidder on the last project we had. You know, if the council approves this, we need to get them to go around and address the other ditches, you know, in the town. You know, make sure that they're cleaned out in 2nd Street, because I think there's more work to be done, you know, because, you know, running the water off on that. And Chuck and them's been in business for God.
But the main water come down on,
All the water crosses over and runs down on the right-hand side of
go down, right,
Yeah.
my house and everything,
Yeah.
up on the other side of it.
It comes down, all of that water that comes down off of, from Charlie
Yeah,
to Cheryl's,
Right.
comes down onto 2nd Street.
on the right-hand side, but it doesn't get to George's place. There's a culvert that goes, that turns under 2nd Street, and then comes out.
Goes next to Tina's and,
Yeah.
Tina's and the
Now,
shed.
now, the way the ditch is, and I think that Chuck and them would be able to, address that, is that the ditch needs to be cut where 2nd Street water runs back into the Tina's, I guess, go, I mean, I'm not sure.
From a point, I mean,
Yeah,
there's got to be a high point there
Right.
versus 2 others.
but I think it needs to be cleaned out a little bit better.
A little deeper anyway,
Yeah, right.
all of that comes off that
Right.
house. Up there on Joey's old house.
Yeah,
Goes down into 2nd Street, washes over and comes down in our yard.
right.
That's the only reason we didn't have a problem because that terrace,
So-
our backyard.
So anyway, we want to address all the ditches in this one right here, and then come work our way down, and, you know, then address,
We still have to get around this,
like, yeah,
get the house on.
and we need to address, you know, all the ditches.
Okay, I'll make a motion to let Wigan take care of that ditch across from us and to get them to go around and give us what they think we need to do on all these ditches to get this water turned off of our residents.
Okay.
I mean, not necessarily that they're gonna do the work, but get, you know, pay them to tell us, what do you think we need to do?
Well, no, we already had Joey.
Oh,
So all they need to do is clean out the ditch.
okay.
Because all of the gravel in your driveway went down and stopped up to the ditch at Roscoe's old house,
Yeah,
okay?
my driveway's 3 houses down.
Alright, so that caused the problem, you know, I mean, I think we had pretty well, you know, other than a real hard rain, I mean, Joey went around, I thought we had it.
I think everything, we talked about to handle everything, except the one there at Steve's, but that unfortunately is under the state highway, and that's not,
Right, that we
that's not
can't,
ours.
right, but I mean, we can talk,
Can you have the fire department, will there both there?
yeah, I mean, we might be able to do that. I mean, you know, we can talk to Sam, which is the local engineer for the state, to look at that, but I mean, you know, they're not,
Well, I mean, they have a sewer cleaner that will blow that, or should be able to blow that thing out.
And they came out once and did that for us.
Well, we'll let Joey, talk to Sam and see what they think, you know, in that area, see what stopped that, see if the state can do what they can do there. But I mean, as far as pipe sizes and everything, I think we're good as far as that. All the water that's coming down out of all the piping is handling the water. You know, but I mean, it's just, you know, if you get a lot of leaves or gravel that stops up the cover pipe, I mean, you know, that's not the cover pipe's problem. You know. But we had the issue with Charlie's, you know, last year, and you know, we got the county come in and they left before they finished. And like I say, they're gonna be busy for another month or two, and we just need to go ahead and get it fixed. All right, so we have a motion to get Wigton to clean the dishes and replace this piping here.
Yes.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And do we need to also get them to put that culvert in at Pearl?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we cover our bases.
Yeah. All right, so we have a motion and second for Wigton contractors to come in and replace the piping and do what necessary to make the water flow in the dishes. Any discussion? All in favor? Right. The last item in new business, you know, not being able to use town hall, and Jesse works a couple hours a day, or I see her down there several times. We need to figure out somewhere where she can work, and she doesn't have room in her house to set up a room. You know, of course, they make those portable offices. And I did check one price that I was able to get a hold of somebody, a little 8x20 building. And like I said, we don't have to go this route, but I'm just saying we need to figure out somewhere for her to be able to work.
Now, should we wait till I get the test on the load first, or we do all that for you?
Well, I mean,
Why don't we table this?
yeah, we can
Yeah.
table that.
But the one thing is just remember, we already have 2 reports in on what the mold is in that building. And it's not safe for her and that baby to be down there.
Jason, must be her fault.
Well, I mean, Jesse's one,
And I try not to be down there very long because I know that the air quality is not great. And I do a lot of things at home on my laptop, my personal laptop, you know, but when it comes to files, I just don't take all those files to my house. That's
well, I mean, I
all
agree. So you're okay with one more month till we figure out, till I get that done?
It's a very slow month.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we'll go ahead and table that. All right.
Well, can you go ahead and give us the price that you got, just so we can think about it?
Well, I'd like to get some more prices, but this is a brand new unit, but it has, you know, electrical and heating and air and everything, but it's about $6,300. You know,
Was that purchase?
yes, that's perfect.
where would you set it up at?
over by the schoolhouse. Just for-
We can't rent one for the month.
Well, I was trying to figure out this place, I mean, I was trying,
It's $200 a month.
well, I agree, but like I said, I'm just trying to, like I say, this is helpful,
Oh, yeah.
so we need to figure out something about
So
it.
they have construction projects, you know, students have to, the construction part.
So anyway, that's all the new business, old business, monthly maintenance. Like I say, we dealt with, what we could as far as, I helped with, locate the residents, through Red Cross to, remote, a hotel for a couple of days. Like I say, with all the rain and stuff, not much activity going on as far as in the park or, be able to do anything as far as that goes. One thing I did do, I did go ahead and purchase the locks and stuff, the combination locks and stuff. One morning when I was doing the garbage, I noticed the drop cord again at Tina's house next door. So what I did was, I unplugged it, took the drop cord and took the outlet out. Off the outside the building where she can plug out. Well, and then, I hadn't noticed it, but like I say, it's been dark, and I didn't notice it, but I was made aware that she was getting power somewhere else, and I thought she had a power somewhere else. But she had a drop cord running to the shed there. So anyway, there was no way to disconnect, to stop her at this point when Christmas came along. So I did talk to her son last week, and told her they had a Friday because we shut the tree off, first, and we were going to make other arrangements. But anyway, this morning going to work, I cut the power and put one of those locks on the meter box, so she's not going to be able to get any power, from us. So I took care of that. But that's pretty much all the maintenance for me as far as.
Now, I noticed in town, isn't Christmas over with?
Yeah. Well, now, like I said, we cut the lights off today. Because
I thought, I thought they were still going on at the.
Well, no.
SB,
I ain't got my tree down either, let's not go there.
Well,
I haven't got mine off the building.
I started singing Christmas Carol came out.
but anyway, unless somebody else has anything to ask me, I mean, like I said, it's pretty slow on the course, trying to get out there and have it all around. Anyway, the next month, Joey will be starting doing the monthly maintenance. All right, next old business is sound system.
yeah. As you know, I contacted all of you, and y'all approved for me to rent a climate control storage building. I don't know if they've got it moved to that unit yet, but Jesse, what was the final cost?
Tax
Yeah, it was $144.75, but that's for 2 months. Okay. Yeah. So, and I think they told me it would be $75 a month. It's supposed to be $95, but you cut it down to $24.
What's the unit number?
004. Jesse has the paperwork.
Okay.
0004.
I'll make a copy for you, Joe.
Yeah, because like I said, I went up there one day to see, because I had written one myself, but I couldn't figure out where it was at. But anyway, we'll get that. And I'm hoping there's enough room in there to, one other thing, we did find a major thing, we discussed, and we all that, so hopefully that.
We get Joseph, we find Joseph.
Yeah, we found
Yes,
Joseph.
we found Joseph.
Oh, we gotta have Joseph.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll start, hopefully there'll be enough room for that, other than that, now, I forgot there's one item that I think we need to, and I forgot to bring it up in new business. Some of y'all was there and some of y'all wasn't, last night's meeting. DOT is trying to do a J-turn over on 515, and a lot of the residents and the council here, some of the members of the council and businesses have objected to that J-term. And the state representative, Rick Jaspers, said that, if the town council voted to state that there was objected to it because it would kill the town. And we get, like I said, a lot of people want to do petitions also to put this letter for a red light or a different solution over there on 515. And Mayor Weaver said he would be on board, and most likely, he has to go before the other government, but I think all of them will be on board to send letters without to the DOT. So I guess with that, if y'all want to proceed, because I think we need to, vote on it and send it. So do I have a motion to send a letter to state objecting to the J-term and
Making a motion?
Yeah.
all right, guess we got a motion, do I have a second? All right, we have a motion and a second
To do what?
to send a letter to state
Okay,
about the J-term.
I agree.
All right, all in favor? Okay. Any other business? Any stuff?
I was talking with the postmistress one day at the post office, and they have a little talking rock up there that somebody put in years ago. And she said people come in the post office all the time and say, "Where is the talking rock?" And we were laughing about it, and I said, "Well, I've always wanted us to have a talking rock, as a draw for people to have something to go see." And I said, if we had a rock and we could put a motion activated recording behind it and say, "Welcome to Talking Rock," or, something fun, that would really be keeping, she said, I'd send them all down there to see the real Talking Rock. So I wanted to volunteer to buy the equipment to make it a motion activated thing that would talk, if we can get Chuck to put us a rock somewhere.
We already have a rock.
We have a rock.
There is a rock at the corner of Steve's store that has the engraving in it. NC had it taken out of the creek and installed there.
Yeah.
I just thought that would really be clever if y'all.
Yeah, it's sitting there, and that's when we direct people to, when they ask for Talking Rock. It's either over there,
Yeah,
or it's the one beside the building.
okay. Well, when we visited the murals in Lake Placid, Florida, Colin and I did years ago, because I was trying to talk the mayor into doing Jasper City's murals. And the mayor doesn't like murals, so he didn't want to do it. So maybe Talking Rock someday will be the town mural. But anyway, they had a motion activated bear. It was the cutest thing you've ever seen. And everybody that was in the town would want to go hear what the bear had to say. So I just thought it'd be clever, and I would be.
And you'd probably be surprised how many people that would draw in.
Yeah, that's what she said, because the town, people go to that post office all the time. And she said, "Where is the Talking Rock?" And that's when I told her my idea. She said, "Well, you ought to do it."
Well, that'd be on the committee, y'all.
Well, that would be something under that committee.
Yeah, but we won't put it up there, we'll put it down.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Would you do like a little history thing like you did with the trolley? for
yeah,
Thursday?
or something similar to that. But like I said, that's what the committee's for, is to help come up with ideas to bump town.
But if y'all are in favor of it, maybe
Yeah.
look into
Yeah.
what something like that would cost.
I think it's a good item.
Yeah, so y'all,
Publicity committee.
yeah, that's
Okay.
what we're, all right, so any other
Well, I
business?
have,
Okay.
when I first moved in Talking Rock, your county road that is part of my driveway, they put gravel on it.
Mhm.
It's in need of gravel again.
Okay,
So I would like to see about getting gravel put back on it again.
okay.
So I was,
That's what the splash fund's for.
Well, I think, while Chuck and them down here, I think that's the cheapest route, is just get them to haul the water gravel in and spread it while they're here with
yeah, the county did it last time, and I don't care, it's just,
But before they do, can we get that hump removed for it?
yeah, that's possible, yeah. because, yeah.
Maybe we can do
We
like
can-
Mark does every week, he comes over, after the rain, he comes over and borrows a like shovel, and a wheelbarrow, carries it back up the hill.
Yeah, but we can do that.
Yes.
So anyway, if nothing else, I say we adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
And I would like to make one more
Okay.
statement.
All right.
I want to thank Cheryl for all her years of hard service. This town would not be what it is except for her, and so we appreciate all of her.
Thank you. It's actually, you know, I enjoy it, I love it, because it's home.
I know, but a lot of people have come and gone, and you have stayed and worked on it.
Randy had his first meeting.
Yeah, but now that my brother's mayor, that may change.
Twice.